Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hi there, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. And what are we popping open today, Heather?
We are popping open Cedarwood. This is one of my two favorite nighttime oils. This and vetiver I apply every single night. The smell of this immediately makes me feel calm and relaxed. I love the smell of cedarwood. It smells exactly like what cedarwood should smell like. You think of like cedar chests. This smells like an old cedar chest. It's so lovely.
I agree. Has this been a smell that you've always liked?
I feel like I've always liked wood smells, fresh cut wood, like that type of thing, or the smell of like a cedar chest, I guess, if I came across it. I don't know that I recognized it. It just, oh, that smells good. But like this oil smells exactly like that. So yes, I think this one immediately resonated with me.
Yeah. I like the smell too, and 100% agree that it smells like what it is, which is weird. That shouldn't be a novel idea, but I think it is. And maybe because there's so many like just badly made essential oils on the market. So when you smell something, it's like, oh no, that's cedar for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
This one is only aromatic and topical, and I use it those two ways, back and forth. I will just pass it under my nose. I should not do that right now. I was going to put it on my wrist. That's my nighttime routine. If I do it now, I'm going to fall asleep in a little while.
You got things to do today. Don't do that.
Yes, I do. I put it on my wrist. I rub my wrist together. I smell that, and it's nice and close to my face when I'm sleeping on my side. So yes, I love this oil. My body recognizes that this is time to relax if I am smelling this oil. So I'm just going to set it aside now.
Yeah, go ahead and put the lid on it. Yeah, I primarily use this one for sleep as well. And I've mentioned before, on my bedside table, I've got like 5 different oils that I kind of trade out in my diffuser. Serenity and Breathe are my favorite combo, but sometimes I will switch it out and do cedarwood as well. And what's interesting that I was thinking about before we hit record, so our team, our upline, used to gather a whole bunch of people and we would test out things to see like which oil helped you sleep the best or which oil gave you the most energy. Study. Oil studies. Yes. And so in the oil studies for sleep consistently, cedarwood was the one that people like had the biggest impact on their sleep. And it's funny because I always think of lavender, like I think that that's the obvious one, but yeah, cedarwood for people over and over and over again was like, wow, I've never slept this well.
Yes.
Yeah. So this oil has a bunch of other ways to use it as well. And I mentioned this in the last podcast, but just want to share it again. Before Heather and I jump on this, a lot of times we will use reference books. And reference books are amazing ways to find out what you can use your oils for. And internet, unfortunately, at this point is not a reliable source because there's a lot of stuff that we can't share publicly. Even on this podcast, we can't tell you all the ways to use it. So having a reference book is huge and so helpful. And I have a free download if you're interested that can help you figure out exactly which reference book you might want to start with. And so it's just a flow chart that helps you determine which one would be best for you and your likes and interests. But if you're interested in that, it will be linked in the show notes.
And so what did you learn from one of your reference books this morning?
I learned a lot of stuff that I can't say. So there's that.
Tell me something you can say.
But something I can say, and I thought this was interesting, is it can be used for like breakouts on the skin. And so I was like, because I don't know why, if this is perimenopause or what, but all of a sudden I've started breaking out, specifically on my chin too, which tends to be hormone related. But gray hair, I don't even know how you would use this for gray hair, but apparently you can use it for that. And then also aftershave. And we have shared before recipes with that. So
or beard oil specifically.
Yeah.
And so I've got that pulled up in front of me because I think that's what we did the last time we did a cedarwood podcast. So if you combine 1 ounce of fractionated coconut oil, 4 to 5 drops of rosemary essential oil, 3 to 4 drops frankincense, 3 to 4 drops Siberian Fir, and 3 to 4 drops of cedarwood. You put that in a small bottle that has like a little eyedropper, and then you can put it directly into your hands and rub it through. And because, like you just said, it also is for healthy skin, you know, some of that's going to get onto the skin as well, which is beneficial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to try it out. And I mean, I love this
Not on a
for a
beard.
beard oil. Yeah, not for the beard oil part so much, thankfully. That's not my issue. Who knows? Perimenopause is weird. Maybe that will come next. Yeah, but I'm going to try it out for my skin, to be clear.
That was kind of a pun too, because you do want the skin to be clear.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, I don't even know where I was going with that now. But for beard oil, it makes sense too. Like, I do love woody oils on men. Like,
Yes.
it just, the combination goes really well in my mind. So
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it for
no,
that
those
too.
oils I feel like would smell really nice together and then have that on the beard. Yes.
Hmm. Yeah. Super manly.
But there
So,
is another use for this one too
uh-huh.
that the cedar chest kind of applies towards. So what were you going to say about that?
Yeah. So in the book, it says insect repellent. But specifically, if you think about it, like the purpose of a cedar chest or a cedar closet, or even the little blocks of cedar that you can put in your closet, is to help thwart off moths. And I have used this. I mean, I actually have those cedar blocks in my closet currently, even though I don't know that I've seen a moth inside maybe ever. At least not in Texas. I've seen that when we've lived other places, but in Texas, I haven't seen that. But I have a wreath that I love, and it has cotton balls in it. So it's like a fall themed wreath. And at one point, we had tons of moths like eating our wreath. And it was so kind of fascinating, but also like, I spent a lot of money on this wreath. Please don't eat my wreath. So I took actual cotton balls too, but like the types that you use to clean your face with, and added drops of cedarwood to that and then placed it behind the wreath, and the moths totally went away. So if you have a moth problem, for sure, they don't like cedarwood.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, anything else on this oil?
Even though I don't have a bunch to say on this oil, I absolutely love this oil. It works well in the diffuser. If I'm not trying to relax for bedtime, then I would combine it with citrus oils. I feel like, again, the woods and the citrus go well. Vanilla, I feel like, would go really well with this too. If you were trying to kind of do a fall woodsy scent, you could do cedarwood, vanilla, and wild orange or something. But I love this oil.
Yeah. It's a great oil and super calming. So if you don't have this, or if you struggle with sleep, try some cedarwood. Let us know what you think about it. Like I said, it was the top one when we did these oil studies. So it'd be interesting to see if you follow along with the majority and get benefit from it as well. So thank you so much for listening. We will have a brand new episode for you next week.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.